In an era of constant change, the real innovation in education isn't found in technology, it's found in the leadership. It is the human vision that turns a tool into a transformation. Beyond the digital tools and the modern campuses lies a deeper architecture of thought, and that's why ETEducation brings to you How Education Leaders Think, a series featuring the pioneers moving learning beyond the textbook and into the future. Today, we go behind the gates of Indian Institute of Management, Mumbai, to meet the minds redefining the classroom and witness exactly how their leaders see the world of education.
This isn't just one of India's premier management institutes. This is a system in motion where academia, industry, policy, culture, and much more intersect every single day. Here, leadership is not just about vision, it's about aligning complexity, enabling scale, embracing technology, and thinking ahead. I'm Devina Lason, and today we step inside IIM Mumbai to understand how education leaders think with Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Director, IIM Mumbai, and an esteemed team of faculty. Take a look. Professor Tiwari, it's such a pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Same from my side also, because ET is one of the very respected organization, and the motive that you told to promote education in the new era of economy in the country, that actually sounds quite a positive approach. So accordingly, we are all ready to carry out this exercise with you.
Thank you, Professor. Yes, so let's talk exactly about that, right? The new era of education. To kickstart, what would you say, in your opinion, is the way in which leaders in this new era of the education space, with so much changing, we have technology coming in, competition left, right, and center. What are some of the ways in which the leadership today needs to approach education, especially in India?
Yes. As you rightly said, because of a qualitative change that are taking place and also technological upheaval that has engulfed the entire business domain along with education also, that how one should use the AI, generative AI, agentic AI, and to link it with the teaching, learning, and research process. So this challenge was not there around 4 or 5 years ago, but now it is really an eye-opener for us, that, like say, the way in which we develop to live with the mobile. Same thing also now teaching learning process, those who are involved into this, teachers, students, faculty, manager, even educator, now they should have to adopt it as a part of their way of life actually, that how with this you can progress. And accordingly, the government of India, through their new education policy, National Education Policy 2020, they are also trying to find out all these things, that develop the curriculum, develop the plan of education, research, link it with the societal problems, develop your vision mission as per the Viksit Bharat of India, and align the programs to support the managerial, technological manpower which can suit the talent requirements of the future. So accordingly, we are in the process of launching new programs here. We have launched also, like say, to support semiconductor industry's growth. We have tied up with the Tata Electronics to run an MBA program on manufacturing management. Around 50 of their participants coming every year to take advantage of this. Similarly, in order to reduce the logistic cost, we have tied up with the Marine Masters and launched a 2-year program on the logistics supply chain. So around 35 to 40 participants are coming from those groups, and mostly it's a blended mood program. Also, in order to cater the large masses where they can learn some of the upcoming technology-driven programs, like say data-driven modeling and generative AI in business decisions, or agentic AI in the business decisions. So we have tied up with some professors from abroad. They are taking classes online. We are there to moderate. We load the materials which are there to support such kind of adoptions. And we train more than 25 to 30,000 total professionals. Wow. So that as early as possible, let the growth, development, benefits of AI can go into their mindset, and they should start adopting that how to generate a report, how to build up the, prediction model,
Yeah.
how they can optimize the resources, how they can do something more, productive by generating newer solutions. Whatever time saved, that they can think of some critical thinking about that, new options, new sources of revenues, new supplier, correct?
Yeah.
Are some sort of ventures which can help them to develop more and more supportive business scenarios, correct? So these things are happening, and these are every domain of the business school. Now they are being totally needed, the inclusion of different forms of AI into the syllabus. And we started it since 2020.
Wow.
That how we can make our students to learn all these things and connect it with the ongoing problems of the business houses, and link the system or link themselves with the new reality which has cropped up in the industry. So I can say that this is a challenge.
Absolutely, Professor. Thank you for that. And already we can start to hear a lot of your personal insights, your values when it comes to education. We'd love to know a little bit more about that. You've had such an illustrious career. Truly, I think one of the, stalwarts in the education sector here in India. Can you tell us a little bit about the values that you've developed along the way and how that's shaped you as a leader today?
Actually, what happens now, when I started my teaching, from the learning process, it is in village, Janpur district, a village, where at that time not much, fast communication was there. So there was a small couplet from Ramcharitmanas pasted on the gate of my school actually. So it was something like Parahit bas jinke man mahi tinika jag durlabh krishna hai. मतलब जिनके मन में दूसरों के हित की भावना रहती है, उनके लिए कुछ दुर्लभ नहीं है. Means those who help others for them, nothing is rare in this world.
Yes.
So somehow I started, living with that kind of thing, and accordingly, I thought that I can only do some for hit if I empower myself, correct?
Amazing.
Particularly with the knowledge. So I started reading, solving problems, then got admission into engineering, then did BTech from NIT. Currently, earlier it was BRC Nagpur, then did masters from Allahabad, NIT Allahabad, then went for a job in the Northeast, then came to Ranchi, but all central government institutions.
Yes.
Then went to US for a brief period of 3 months, did PhD from Jadavpur, and finally reached to IT Kharagpur there for a long period of 15, 16 years. Yes. And there I taught different courses, did many research, hundreds of the projects we did with the government, made many proposals, and interacted with very brilliant minds who are working on the different sectors of technology and management. And then I joined NITI. Earlier it was NITI Mumbai, now it is IIM Mumbai. So we realize the problems of the students, that how tough it is that when your brand is going down and your aspirations are going high. So we thought about how to get this problem solved. Then we approached the government, we approached the social organizations. They helped us like anything. And city like Bombay, which has many resources, brilliant people, very top-notch industrialists. But unfortunately, at that time, there was no IIM variety was there. Yes. But IIM brand was not. Though NITI was serving that bridge. Yes. Between the technology and management. But when this move started, so we got full support from the central government Ministry of Education, especially by the Secretary, Honorable Minister, Sir, AICD Chairman. They all have helped us, and also from Maharashtra side also, many of the, like NEC Chairman and others, our own Board of Governor Chairman, Alcargo founder, Sasikiro Shetty ji. So we all joined together as form a team actually. And finally, in August 23, we have been given the status of IM through an act of parliament where the bill has been passed. And the sea change we are observing when we have been blessed with the IM run because the more and more companies started coming to the campus. Our focus also became very strong in the logistics and finance and other areas. We also started getting a lot of, good support from the industry for our infrastructure. So now accordingly the government and our board has felt that we should go for revamping the entire institute.
Okay.
So we have made a beautiful 950 crore rupees plan.
Oh.
And very soon, I think from June 16th, we are going to start our construction of the new buildings and hostels so that we can accommodate more and more students.
Amazing.
And also one of the things we plan to conduct in this institute to support the current trends is the digital science and business management,
Okay.
a 4-year bachelor course.
Wow.
So this course basically designed to bridge the talent requirement that our Honorable Prime Minister has planned for Viksit Bharat. Under that, digitization is going to play a key role for doing ease of doing business. But very few persons are knowing, very few students are knowing what are the different components of digitization.
Yes.
How the devices, how the IoTs, how the blockchain, how the AI/ML, how data-driven analysis tools.
Yes.
They are connected with the marketing, finance, supply chain, operations, business, strategies, OBHR. In what way they are connected? And accordingly, how much time we are saving, how that saved time can be used for developing some more better, problem solving skill set, or strengthening the organizations for improving the productivity, reducing the cost, and making a brand more, accessible to the people. So all this is thought came into our mind, and accordingly, we thought that there is no point only we should run it. We should also involve technology partners. So we have developed a MOU with 2-3 very good companies. Now they will cover some of the technological part of the courses, and we will bother about other analytics and business management courses. So this is the one thing, and many such more programs which are aligned with the government mission of Viksit Bharat, and sector-specific tools also, like what I told you about the MBA for the manufacturing management for the Tata Electronics. Similarly, we are running also a fintech program for the NSC. Also, we are going to have more such programs with the different organizations, which will meet the talent requirement kind of, task, which we need for building the different sectors, improving the different operational efficiency of different sectors through such kind of courses that we plan.
Professor, we're talking so much about AI and the impact of technology and all of that. Of course, I think no conversation on the future of any industry, definitely not education sector, can be had without talking about this. We'd love to understand a little bit deeper from you. Clearly the rules are changing in everything, in education, academia, industry. With AI coming in, the playbook is completely changed now, right?
Yes.
It's changing every single day. What is your personal opinion here, and how are you helping to guide students through this? I would also think maybe students have access to a lot of education now virtually, which they never had before to this extent, right? So how are you, as again such a prominent leader in education sector, really guiding the way through all this big upheaval?
Yes, what I feel that now time has come up. Let us remove that kind of feeling of unless there is a hard exam, memory-based things, and very, meticulously with respect to 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock exam like this. I think, the time has gone now.
Yes,
correct?
So true.
Now, I have started a culture here. Let us divide subjects, say 100 marks. Out of that, 40 you give it to the teachers to use all kind of assignments, tools, discussions, create a very good environment in the class, encourage students to prepare the assignments and discuss them in the class. All kind of freedom to use any kind of AI or material that they want to fit for this. And then in exam also now, no, let us divide whole exam into two ways. One is which you have to answer through ChatGPT technology,
Okay. Yeah.
and one is like again that testing the hard things, like give 3 page, 4 page to them, and give some problem, ask them to give your idea,
Okay.
solutions.
Okay.
But the traditional like give this answer, 5 is answer, or 6 is correct, or 6.5 is the correct answer.
Yes.
That scenario building
Yeah.
means use all this technology. It is on your desktop now, laptop now. So give the students now this kind of choice, correct? See, don't be unfair that whenever new things come up, like say, I give the example of mobile, that earlier I used to remember the phone number of all my relatives and everybody.
True.
But other than wife, now very difficult to remember
True.
the phone number of anybody. So same thing now happened when everything is on your desktop, laptop, and palm top, or even your iPad, correct? Then you are expecting students to come with a lot of remembering memory, that each and everything they will tell like this. So concepts should be strengthened, but way to handle the problem should be discussed. Process of reaching towards a solution need to be given more opportunity. But they will be given freedom also to use any kind of tool, support system, software, which are there online, offline, but verify it also.
Would you say, Professor, there are certain challenges that students face today that they didn't face before? I mean, again, we are in a world that is changing so rapidly, right? So in your experience across the years, what are you seeing as the biggest challenges that students are facing today?
Actually, what is happening now, there are 3, 4 things are coming at same time. One is the culture of startup and entrepreneurship. And it's a massive benefit, which by group of 2, 3 students, they can build up a startup, they can start doing their work. Some students are thinking, let us work few years, become mature, and then do similar kind of things. And similarly, sometimes, like crowd moving towards one side, all of them are thinking something with AI, whether their solution is workable or not, whether it's having some longevity, sustainability or not. But like a student mind, many of them rush to that sort of things. Even 100% may be trying to do same thing, correct?
True.
So such kind of following, trend. Someone of them are thinking to become innovative. Some of them are thinking to how they can come out of with some newer ideas. So now this kind of things are quite likely happening. Very deep, they are not going, but through the profiles and through the less deep, they are getting a lot of information and getting enthused. Okay, isko kar liya jaye, something like this. So what I am thinking with them whenever we talk, let us build up the ability of their deep thinking by linking with the many of the challenging problems. So I requested all my faculty members, at least you pick up some, suppose somebody is teaching, let's say, merger and acquisition, or somebody is teaching, say, risk and its impact on the supply chain, or global scenario in the supply chain. Then I tell them to please pick up at least 2, 3 very relevant direction giving research papers, decode it, make it very simple, which a student can understand, link it with some industry problems, and then go to the class.
Yeah, nice.
And then give them that article, they can come out of the reading and start discussion. At least 20, 30 minutes you do discussion on this. What was there in that paper? How it can help the coming challenges that has struck the closure of Hormuz. Or how it is there if you take the oil, gas from US or from, Norway or other country, then how much additional payment you have to do. It is better to face crisis here or rationing, or to pay high amount and purchase all those things.
Yeah. I believe research is a very big part of your professional and academic journey in your life. Can you tell us, Professor, how do you see exactly this process of students getting deeply into research, this directly contributing to them
yes,
being leaders?
I believe one thing. I don't want to do research for sake of research. I support research, a tool actually, which should be totally melted and made so simple that even a BTech student or a bachelor student of BBA, MBA, they should also understand what help they are going to gain by this research.
Yeah.
What industry can think of some of their problems can be addressed by this kind of findings, correct? So I believe more, applied research with angle on what can be the future also, or what can be the complexity which can come and how that can be addressed. Many times, there is a problem in getting the real data from the industry. So thank God the advent of ChatGPT and this, they are giving a lot of simulating scenarios, correct? And also many of the sites now have been there where they have a well-tested data. If you have any new concept, you can check it there.
Sure.
And then with the help of industry, like say we are solving many industrial problems with the top industries through their support systems. We have been also training the officers and executives of the government, many of the corporates, many of the Fortune 500 companies. So everyone, we are in touch with them and watching that what they are suggesting, what they want, how they look the things, and accordingly what is our viewpoint.
Yes.
So we are now sharing this thing, and that way the business school, particularly IIM Mumbai, has very good advantage of its location, its alumni, very illustrious alumni, I tell you. They are in the top-notch organizations. They are so much helpful, and they behind the scene drive the many of the activities of ours actually. In our board, there are 4 very prominent alumni are there, and also we connect them with our own sources. Every year when we do the annual functions, more than thousands of the people used to come, and every week at least I get a lot of mails and suggestions from them, and students are getting very good help when they are doing internship and when they are doing their campus interview by the alumni. So being old institute, being in the Bombay, this advantage certainly it is attached with us, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So would you say IIM is, kind of contributing overall to the fabric of India, whether it's the social development of the country, political, cultural, economic? Is there a role here that IIM is playing?
It is, I think, more so what is looked at is missing deadlines or missing the timelines to complete a given task, or maybe a wrong reference which is produced. Generally, this is what happens. And in an education setup, which is primarily a Government of India education setup, being an IIM, we are Institute of National Importance, and there's many government guidelines, be it for procurement, GFR principles, or for any other, maybe RTI. We receive many RTIs. So for this, there are stipulated guidelines which are need to be followed. So the timelines which are missed, or the precision where we do not encounter any precision, is primarily not because of the intent or because of the laziness of any particular individual. It is because they are not trained well, probably, or have not been groomed to take the ownership of the task assigned or the responsibility given to them. So as a principle that we management as a whole follow here, to provide cross-functional training, to keep them updated, and to inculcate a feeling or the culture as a whole in the institute to to bring this belongingness in the institutional setup, and to give your 100% whenever you are required to step in and move forward with the institutional vision and mission.
At IIM Mumbai, we are promoting faculty to publish in quality journals, FT50 journals, UT Dallas list journals, Informs journals, and Web of Science Q1 rated journals. So we are promoting that, and we are also within meetings also our director is also informing the faculty that how to publish, and they're also collaborating with a lot of international scholars, and they're doing very well. You can, from the NIF ranking, that is reflected that publication wise we are doing really well.
One of the statement I'll take from the book called Good to Great, given by Jim Collins. It says a leader should have professional will and personal humility. In our students and alumni, we try to imbibe professional will and personal humility. So all our students as well as alumni, you will see having great professional will in terms of analytical ability, in terms of operations, supply chain, structuring problem well. And at the same time, you'll find them humble enough to approach any time or to solve any problem, a hands-on problem of the organization as well.
Individually also, organizations need to look at how these structural changes can be brought into their day-to-day things. And that is also now, in last 3 years, you have seen India is the highest adopter of digital payments. And in fact, we have now gone globally. So my point is, if it has to be innovation, if it is just a minor change, I would not call it as, of course, they do make some changes, but they are not really those innovations. But if you want to really talk about a breakthrough innovation, it should bring in a kind of structural change and have an impact which is much larger scale.
In the last module, we started integrating top research-based findings in the curriculum from, say, Informs, FT50, and that type of high-level research journals. In each course, the relevant, very recent publications and their practical implications are discussed in the classroom, and so that basically guides students how to think at that level where the cutting edge technology is there and how it can be connected to the ground realities. So I think we are going in that direction from purely what to think to more of how to think.
Actually, this is the best place. No? This IM model, IIT model, the best actually to see that how from a remote village, a boy or a girl can think of very high and achieving that one by going through the grilling process of teaching learning process. I can tell you 100 examples where a person, when he joined, he was coming from, say, speaking Bhojpuri, Audhi, or Tamil, or Telugu. Then he went to the bachelor, and there he learned how things can be doing better in the English and their own language. Then they did MBA and others. Now they are in the very good corporates. They are holding very good positions in the industry. If you want, I can send at least 100, 200 such names, whom I at least personally groomed them and interacted with them. Yes. This particular process of IIM and IIT, really, if you want to see, they have done immense job in bringing the people of different strata of society.
Yes.
And their fate, their what you call luck and fortune, they have touched a new level. And I think there are many such institutions also, like AIMS is there in medical, and many universities are also working in India. I'm not saying that we have been only the very champions of all this. Every system is doing by their own way, but you can find majority of achievers, majority of the top-notch people who have gone through the higher ups in the corporate, higher up in the society. They have also gone through this kind of process.
Yes.
So you can see least discrimination if it is practiced, in my view, where there is a very cordial, sustainable and friendly environment among the students, among the faculty, is there in these institutions, correct?
Yes.
That what I have learned from my journey of working in 3-4 places, this I found that IIT, IIMs, they are the best with regard to promoting our Indian ethos, culture, oneness, correct?
Yes.
And never such you can see large scale any conflict has taken place in any of these systems. It is because of people come here for building their career, for talking about their journey, correct?
Yes.
Sharing the information with each other, correct? So I think this is one of the things which help a lot for me also, for my students, to think very high about the educational achievements of the India.
Yes, wonderful. Professor, thank you so much. Before we wrap up, just in one line, what would you say the future of education looks like, according to you?
I think future of education have a lot of big role to play, because technology may come, technology may go, era may come. Always there is change in society, but some systems should be there, no?
Yes.
Where one should come up, find out solutions, discuss at least different facets of solutions, and also get a certification also that, okay, I'm on right path.
Yes.
Correct. So therefore, value of educational institutions, teachers, learners, and how to manage it, this keep on changing. Nothing is fixed in this world, remember. Only permanent thing is change.
Sure.
But some change is slow, some change is fast. So let us see that how we have. But believe that nothing much, people are saying online system will make this weekend, nothing. They are also going to absorb in us.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful system of,
Yes.
reaching out to the people with different knowledge systems.
Yes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So we should think on that line, and accordingly, don't try to be judgmental in every respect. Correct. Your job is to impart the knowledge, to
Yes.
see that people's thought process change from one level to another level. But also keep in mind that you are human being. Our main reason of taking birth is to see that we should have some basic value system.
Yes.
That we should always adhere. Of course, by that process, if you do, automatically people are achieving their comfort level, desired, value, wealth, and other things that may come automatically without much problem. But education without that, I think things will not be very good. So therefore, at any level, there should be some way always by government also, by private sector also, to invest into this system, make it more upgradable, make it more sustainable,
Yes.
make it more adaptable actually,
Yes.
with the emerging technology, emerging societal thoughts, and also many, like artistic and all sort of things.
Yes.
Which are developing in other sectors, they can also have a proper role into any subsystems. Correct?
Absolutely. Professor, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure talking to you today, having you here on the How Education
Thank
Leaders
you very
Think
much.
podcast. Thank you for sharing all your insights, your wonderful journey, and truly some inspiration for all our viewers watching today.
Thank you, and my obligation to the ET for giving us this opportunity,
It's been our
and
pleasure.
hope that this may help your viewers to see
Yes.
different perspective, not from me, but many other educational leaders also. Thank you very much.
In a world that is constantly evolving, institutions cannot afford to stand still. And at IIM Mumbai, what we have seen is that it's not just education, but it's a continuous act of thinking, adapting, and building for what lies ahead. Because ultimately, institutions don't just create professionals, they shape the way that the world thinks. Thank you for joining us on this episode of How Education Leaders Think, and do stay tuned to ETEducation for many more conversations with leaders who are shaping the future one decision at a time.